Yeah, I feel timing is really good by now. It's not a decision that you make overnight. You kind of slowly feel that now it's time, and I'm happy to take this decision now and leave, you know, feeling good and happy with things as they are. This sport, it's easily to always find a reason to continue one more year, and I could easily find 100 reasons to continue 10 more years or whatever. But I'm happy with leaving now and being the one actively taking the decision and saying, hey, I'm good, I'm happy, everything is good. I feel like I've been there, done that, it's all good, and now it's time for, yeah, another chapter in my life. It's true that it's kind of started crossing my mind back in 2016. Kind of, I don't know exactly when it was kind of throughout the year, and you know, all of a sudden I find myself in the rainbow jersey, and it's like, wow, okay. And I was like, actually, you know, I want to do this jersey honor. I want to have a season where I can actually, you know, race in this jersey and see how it feels. Yeah, so I did that, and with that, actually at the same time in 2017, I finished my dentistry studies. So I didn't have to worry about school anymore and kind of, you know, juggling between school and life as an athlete. From there I was like, okay, I can do another season, because now I can actually commit myself like fully to cycling. And then I had, you know, the 2018 season, which was like one of my best seasons ever. Like I was going so strong for almost the entire year. Well, actually the entire year. With that, there were always like a lot of good reasons and a lot of like, okay, I could do one more season and see where this takes me. Because then for the 2019 season, I got the opportunity to dive a little bit into the road cycling with the Bold Stallman's team. And that was also, you know, one of these adventures that I could feel in my belly, hey, this could be really fun to explore. So there were always a lot of reasons to continue one more year. 2020, I knew that I was going to race the Cape Epic with Jenny, and I really admire Jenny as a human being. It felt like we really get along well, and it felt like we kind of, you know, clicked before we even started meeting like in person, face to face. So we really got off on a good foot. And now throughout this year, especially the last 2 weeks, feels like we've known each other for our whole life, because we really share a lot of similar values and approach on life. To rewind 2020, I knew that I was going to race the Cape Epic with her, and that was such a huge motivation for me. So that's why I continue one more year. And now I'm like, I could easily find reasons and adventures to explore for the upcoming season. But I choose to be respectful to myself and say, hey, I feel like I've been there, I've done that, and everything is okay. I'm fine with things as they are, and I'm ready to move on. These past 10 years as a professional athlete definitely has shaped me a lot. It has been so challenging. I can be quite hard to myself. It's kind of in the nature of us athletes. I mean, we are good at pushing ourselves. We are good at bringing out, you know, extraordinary achievements, because that's how we work. I've really become aware of that side of me, and it has pros and cons. I mean, it can take you really, really far. But at the same time, it's also something that you need to be a little bit careful with, because you can push yourself kind of like too much, and it's a super fine balance. And that's something that I've really become aware of. Racing and this kind of life, you know, you are so exposed. A lot of people will have so many opinions about you that, well, there's not much you can do about it. Sometimes you're like, you cannot agree with all of it, but you know, you're so exposed, and you need to watch out for yourself a little bit, because it's easy to get lost in the way other people see you. Yeah, you need to look inwards a lot to really find your core values and stick to those. This life has really forced me to do that. You know, so I'm not an expert in life, but I've really become aware of what my core values are and how important it is to stick to those. I must say that it actually has made my life a lot easier, you know. I know what I stand for, I know how I want to treat people. That makes life a lot easier. But yeah, it's really something that I can take with me into my future chapters of life. These past 10 years, they have taught me a lot about life, about good behavior, good routines. I really enjoy sharing these experiences with people. This year I really had the pleasure of hanging out with Haley Baden, my teammate for this year. She's a young, very talented rider. The same with Laura Stigger from Austria. Also like super talented riders. And I feel so good having been around them and giving them advice on life. And it's not something that I was actively choosing to do. It just felt so natural to, whenever a situation appeared, you know, I would speak with them to just kind of share my thoughts with them. Like, it's been like a personal, amazing experience to see, okay, I have a huge value, I have something I can give, and I can feel how these amazing girls or women, they take all this advice to them, and it actually helps them a lot. Yeah, so on a personal level, I start realizing, you know, my value, and that's a pretty good feeling. Two of my toughest competitors, definitely Yolanda. We had some good battles over the years. Pauline has been one of my competitors, but I feel like I've always had like a very fair relationship with them. I really respect them for what they stand for, what they are capable of. I feel like it's mutual, and that's a good feeling. Taking my first World Cup win, that was very special because I was actually struggling a lot, because I've been on the podium many times before my actually first victory. So I knew I was capable of taking that victory. And it almost became a little bit something that was keeping me back from taking the win, you know, the urge to actually take the win. I remember I did like this ritual burn of my dream of a World Cup win. So I actually wrote like World Cup win on a piece of paper and put it into a bonfire. The same year, you know, I go on and win my first World Cup. That was crazy. So it really taught me that you think there's a perfect way of doing things, and when you throw that illusion out the window, that kind of sets you free, and then all of a sudden you're capable of doing that. It's not easy. It's not easy at all to just kind of let go of what you think is the right way. Right now in my life is a very exciting point, because, you know, I really feel like the table is like clean, like totally clean. It's a special feeling, and I'm gonna use this to actually reset. So I'm gonna take some time off from the world of cycling. I don't want to rush anything. I don't want to force anything through. I really want to take the time to let that passion grow in my belly, and once I feel, okay, this is what I want to do, I'm gonna go in this direction or that direction or whatever, I'm gonna go with that. I'm dead sure that's the only way I can go from here. That being said, cycling has been a huge part of my life for 10 years. It would be weird to just throw everything out the window and say, hey, no, never again. I don't see that coming, but I don't know exactly now what the frame is gonna be. I don't know. It's very exciting. It's very open. I received so many messages from fans, from my competitors, from people in the bike world, and I must say it's been quite mind-blowing. I really did not understand the impact I've had on people's life, or how people have seen me. Sometimes maybe I've been a little bit too focused on, you know, the negative comments or the negative response that I've received, or, you know, the response that I felt was, okay, this is how you see me, but that's not me. But now that I get all these messages that kind of shows me that people have had a lot of respect for me, that's really nice, because that's basically what I want. I want to, you know, treat people with respect and feel the same respect back. And now all of a sudden I feel it, and it's quite overwhelming, and I'm really happy to get that. And I wish in my active career would trust that more than, you know, the criticism and the negative feedback that you get. But I'm happy, and now I start realizing it.